afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Barely Necessities. It's Laughing Place's discussion of Disney merchandise. I'm the site co-founder, Rebecca Mosley, and our site manager, Rebecca Burbank, is with me. How are you doing today, Becca?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to talk about some of this merchandise that we've seen. Later on we're going to get to some Epcot stuff, and it's like finally.
I
So
know.
I'm excited to showcase that. But we're starting off with the Cyber Monday.
Yeah, so Cyber Monday has been extended. We're on Giving Tuesday, but if you didn't give yourself any gifts yet or get to get, I know that's not what Giving Tuesday is about, but if you haven't completed your shopping yet, the Cyber Monday deals are still going on at Disney Store, and it's tiered savings with discounts up to 30% off when you use the code. I think it's Cyber, right? I'm spacing on this. But yeah, code cyber. And if you're not going to spend in the increments that they have for the discounts, you can still get shipping, I think is at free shipping at $40.
So there's a wide variety of items that are falling under, of course, the savings. So be sure to check out the roundup that Becca has crafted on the site regarding that. It'll be below. Some of the things that I really got a kick out of seeing were this adorable holiday outfit. It is super, super cute. I'm sad that my son is no longer where he would wear something like this with the little suspenders and everything. Okay, super adorable.
He was like, does he sing? He could join an ensemble. He could, like it's kind of got it. I mean, like, yes, this is an outfit for a baby, but I feel like you could replicate this quite similarly with adult clothing, and it still be as adorable.
And there's a variety of Marvel items, including some bots, sweat, like a spirit jersey, long sleeve style shirt, along with a cuddly bed pal.
Yeah, that's Sam Wilson, Captain America.
There you go. There you go. By the way, I know earlier while you were talking, I showcased this Princess and the Frog playset. It doesn't have to be Christmas that you're, taking advantage of these savings. These kinds of items, these little playsets, they're great for cake decorations because then it becomes a toy that the recipient can, play with beyond the cake. So,
how much did I love the Barbie cakes with the doll dress? Yes, you're right.
Yeah, well, that's how I got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs when I was about 6 years old. I can remember my parents gave me a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs cake, and yep, that's how I played with them. By the way, it was off-brand. It was not Disney Snow White. It was an off-brand Snow White, but because back then, for whatever reason, they didn't have figures like this. You were hard pressed to find Disney characters in toys. It was much more about like paper dolls or T-shirts.
Oh my gosh, paper dolls.
Oh yeah, I had paper dolls.
Oh no, I did too. I mean, I'm just like, wow, that takes me back.
Yep, and color forms, right?
Oh yes. Oh, color forms.
But now you can get lounge flies. Look at it, like a pearlescent Mickey Mouse bag. So yeah, Disney can be celebrated in a variety of ways. You even got deliciously Disney little plush where they've realized characters from the world of Pixar as tasty treats.
Yeah. And I think this collection, so some of them are scented and then some they stopped having scents, but I believe the scents are back now. That Mickey Mouse at the bottom there, I think that is a Monte Cristo, which I think is fantastic.
A Mickey Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Yum yum. I like Forky.
He's cute. I know. He's very cute.
Okay. Mufasa is coming to theaters December 20th, and they're bringing to life some new plush over at Disney Store.
Yeah, now I have not paid a lot of attention to anything with Mufasa. I think I've seen the one trailer and that's it. But yeah, this is Mufasa, and then Taka, I think is how you're gonna say the name. Is a pal, maybe.
Yep. That's what we know so far. There you go.
Yeah, this is Mufasa before he becomes Simba's dad. So I'm hoping that he's kind of got a little bit of that playful streak that his son later on has.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, to seeing kind of what who was Mufasa before he was like seemed to be man who knew king who knew all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't just he wasn't just that way from day one. So we'll get to see some of the life lessons that shaped who he became when we got to see him in the original Lion King. Over at Epcot, this is what I was talking about at the top of the show.
I
Finally,
know.
look, and from what I've heard, it is selling quickly. There were minimal sizes available earlier today based on X, but I'm we'll keep track of when we see any kind of replenishment in a broader variety. But what are we looking at, Becca?
This is the ugly sweater that Figment debuted a couple years ago, and the entire internet was like, "Oh my goodness, we need this!" And finally, we've seen it realized as like an ugly sweater, but now it's the actual quarter zip like Figment wears.
Yep.
I really want one. I asked Kyle if we should ask our Florida friends to pick it up for us, but I think we're gonna. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, like I say, I from what I was seeing on Twitter earlier today, it's selling well. Geo pointing out he would prefer, and I agree. This is what I would like. I would love to see it as a plush where he's wearing the sweater because I'm not particularly interested in wearing the sweater myself. So but I know our Jeremiah has been eagerly awaiting this. So I suspect the one that you see in his hand right here is the one that ended up heading home with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and as we point out in the article, that logo on the front is from the original, the icon for the Journey into Imagination Pavilion. So it's just so cool how they're calling back to the the days of the early days of Epcot and Journey into Imagination.
Those days that are celebrated with Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord, the way he talks about his visits to Epcot Center. I also saw Josh Gad, someone on socials shared, he was candlelight narrator,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was talking about what Epcot meant to him as a child, and he remembered seeing candlelight, and now he himself is at candlelight. So it was pretty cool video that I scrolled on the other day. Sorry, I don't remember who posted it, but yeah, I appreciate them taking recording that and sharing it with everybody. Also at Epcot, we've got Festival of the Holidays.
Yeah, I don't this is a newer as in not it hasn't been going on as long as like the Food and Wine Festival or the Flower and Garden Festival. So Festival of the Holidays is a little bit of a newer festival for Epcot. I don't think I've actually ever been to one, but I love the idea of it, and I love that you get to tour not only the entire world, but then celebrate how each country around the world celebrates the winter holidays. So yeah, there's some cool merchandise here.
One of my earliest memories was wandering with Laughing Place, was wandering Epcot and recording all the various storytellers. And I'm glad that they are kind of packaging it in this way with the pavilions all represented. It looks like gingerbread to me when I was looking at it, but maybe it's just the color scheme is making me, and my obsession with gingerbread is making me think it's gingerbread rather than it actually being gingerbread landmarks. But in my mind, that's what I'm looking I'm looking at there. During this time of year, they also have the holiday cookie stroll, so you can see this year's offering in regards to that, along with the traditional seek it out and go around and put stickers in spots and then have a redeemable something at the end. This year's redeemable is I will call it a coffee stencil.
Yeah, I think that's quite accurate.
Yeah, so you can add a little bit of Disney magic to whatever is your hot beverage of choice. Mine is coffee.
Me
Um,
too.
and we also showcased a couple of the pins as well. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think I like the look this year. One of these we should remember. I'll have to remember to do that, Becca, in the future. Like when we know we have a line like this or we've seen previous ones, is I have to remember to have the other one at the ready so we can do a
You can
compare and
compare.
contrast. What have they changed? What have they not? Because sometimes they go really different, and then other times it's just maybe like this was blue last year instead or something. So I
Right.
like how they have the various symbols of the holidays up at the above the Epcot.
Yeah, I like that too. And these like spherical mugs kind of or orb like mugs seem to be quite popular as well. So it's neat to see them using that.
Okay, insider information. They are not popular with me and my Nespresso.
Oh, it doesn't fit the
Because
Nespresso
the way
machine?
no, it's fine. It's just so because you put it underneath the spout, and because it's so curved there, I'm always like worried that it's not gonna be quite right, and it's like it sits kind of weird, and it's just a little awkward. So I tend to shy away from them, but that's just me and my gadgets. They've also got a blanket with all the various icons this year, as well as some pass holder merch. I like the ornament and snowflakes on the shoulder blades.
I know, I do too. And I like that it's a hooded shirt, but it's not
Mhm.
a hoodie,
I also
right?
like the
Or is it a hoodie? I don't know. To me, it looks thinner. It looks like a hooded shirt.
no, I agree. It's like a hooded T-shirt. I also like how pass holder is smaller. It's not the super bold. It's like an accent to the design. So I really appreciate that. But these glitter ears are adorable with the snowfall in they're like plastic, and then they've got the glittery snowflakes inside. Really pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty. It's something I would have loved as a kid.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Also at Disney parks, the 2025 merchandise has arrived and it's
How are
making its
we
way,
how are we here already?
right? I like the bold colors. I like this is this I love when they do this where it's just the characters climbing out of the numbers
Mhm.
and then the numbers have their own personality because like you have what I would call kind of that varsity lettering
Yep.
on the 2 and then almost a cartooniness to the 5. So it's a fun little juxtaposition there. This is a classic Mickey pose, right? I
Yes.
mean, we've seen this so many times. Totally adorable though. Mickey just ready for the new year. Here he is busting out of the numbers. I'm not sure I've seen him represented this way before, Becca. It kind of struck me when I saw it, like all mouth,
Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's just celebrating in a yeah, you're
right?
right. We usually get something a little bit more with his I mean, his ears are there, but it's usually much more of a, like, profile or, like,
Yeah,
front facing.
yeah. So I like this. So this caught my eye because of that, and then adorable with the little leaning on the new year. They also have Stitch and other characters as you might expect, but I was kind of focused on Mickey.
He's
All you
good.
early birds tomorrow morning, bright and early over at the Disney store. What time? This is a 8
I
a.m.
think this is an 8 a.m. release.
Yeah.
Let me double check that while
I
we're
think I
looking
can
at
pull
it,
it. Yeah,
but
see right here,
okay.
8 a.m. Pacific. So East Coasters, you can sleep in a little bit, but the Tiana limited edition doll is making her way to the Disney store. This dress is gorgeous.
Yes, and I will say because it's a limited edition doll, we're probably looking at that 149.99 price range. Typically, that's what sets apart the special edition versus the limited edition. Limited edition is gonna be a little bit higher price, a little bit more collector quality of the clothing that she wears and, like, the accessories that she has. But, yeah, this is really, really beautiful, so I'm excited to see this.
the coloring on this really reminds me of the her style at the end of the attraction.
Okay.
It's a similar look. In fact, was thinking, hey, I wonder if is anybody on our team watching that can help me out and let me know if it is the same or different. I remember Mike Celestino was at the grand opening for Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland, and she was actually on hand for those opening events, dressed as she appears at the conclusion of the attraction. And yeah, it was nice to see her in something a little different. I really enjoy when we get to see the princesses in something other than, kind of that, like in her case, I would say the green dress that we,
Right.
so often see. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this looks like it's going to be really, really gorgeous.
I suspect it'll be really popular too.
I think so. Yeah, I would anticipate that for sure.
I was trying to see if I could find the picture and confirm to myself. Oh, it's similar. Okay, I'm gonna be cheesy and not share it like how I should, but I should
Oh yeah, okay.
pull it up. But see how it's got that similar design to it. This one they leaned more into the greens. This was from when she was appearing at the grand opening event. So yeah, you can find like. Look at, oh, see, the boys are coming in. Sorry. Okay. Doobie thought it was the attraction finale dress. Kyle says, no, it's a different one based on the photos. And then Doobie's laughing. So, but I will send over to Becca for the recap a link to Celestino, Mike's pictures from the event. So you can see how she was dressed at the attraction. But this to me really reflects that design and flavor as well. Becca, I know you are familiar with Roosevelt's. What are they bringing right now?
Yeah, today they launched a Home Alone collection. Not for any particular reason other than it's Christmas and you gotta celebrate this classic film. So there's several new styles, the Kunu Flex button down, and then there's a coach jacket, what they're calling a coach jacket, and then the reversible bomber jacket. Yeah, just all sorts of fun elements from the classic Home Alone. So we've got the little Nero's pizza delivery driver there, and then this is the reversible jacket, the bomber jacket, which is I think it's Kenosha Kickers, and this is the John Candy character from the film. So just
Okay.
kind of a fun riff on that, on their presence in the movie. And
One of the things I enjoyed in looking through the pictures, Becca, was that the inside of the pizzeria jacket,
yep,
it has that kind of a checkered tablecloth look, and then the character figure there within the lining.
yeah. No, I think it's great. Kyle was like, "Oh, I like that," and I like it too. I just don't know where I would wear it, but it looks so good.
My son is a big fan of Home Alone, so I'm gonna have to show this to him and see what grabs him. But wow, they really hit all the kind of the home defense devices here. You have crowbar, you have the iron, you have the paint can. Of course, you've got the sound effects of the boom and the sizzle and the crack.
Yep.
Wow, even the spider. Yeah, no, they really they're covering all the bases of what happened. By the way, Doobie coming in with a Doobieism of the same, if the same were a little different. This morning, Becca, the morning show, he told everybody to tune in tomorrow at the same time, 30 minutes earlier. Because they're going to start at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. So there you
Same
have
time, but 30 minutes earlier. Okay.
Okay. Just in case you were wondering. Over at Universal Studios Hollywood, there's an Epic Universe pop-up store. So if you are on the West Coast but want to share your excitement over Epic Universe, share some gear. I actually bought a mug when we were at the Universal Orlando. But yeah, you can pick up T-shirts and Spirit jersey, a hat. they're leaning into the universe motif, and a lot of the items have kind of a navy night sky background with a bit of a glittery star field, subtly there as well. So as you're looking through the photos, keep that in mind. It's over there at City Walk, just by the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. So I'm thinking maybe I want to go there.
I know, right? No, I really love the color. Like, I like this color scheme. I'm not sure that I personally love the Epic Universe logo, but there's nothing you can do about that. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I like the colors. I like what they're doing here. I like that they're trying to keep it simple.
But it's
Did I just say
epic.
something awful?
No, not at all. I'm a fan of the logo. By the way, I don't think I'm in the majority, but I'm a fan of the logo. The one thing I do struggle with is every once in a while it looks like it just is PI.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it. Like, I like that you've got Epic really big. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. And then the universe underneath. That makes sense. But yes, because there's like these little portals that you're going to be going through to get to the different lands, right?
Yep.
Do I have that? It's like a portal. So I love that concept. I just don't know that I like the logo.
Now, like I say, I get it, because you look at this and the PI really jumps out at you when you're looking at it, and especially since the compass kind of ends up looking more like a badge. So yeah, at first glance, I could see where maybe Becca's bringing that critical eye to it. Have you seen the commercials, by the way? If you haven't seen an Epic Universe commercial yet, go look on YouTube for them. They're so fun. It's like a family outside, and mom sees the portal, and then she, starts to enter it, and she's transformed in this whole other world. And like you see another member of the family go into a different portal, and they are, suddenly they're a Viking dealing with the dragons, from how to train a dragon and stuff. So lots of fun. I don't know. I'm excited by the advertising of Epic Universe. So that's been fun to see. Unlike when California Adventure opened, and it was Buzz Lightyear with binoculars looking over what's going on over there.
Right. Right.
Wasn't quite as compelling. Let's see. Mantis figure.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I saw this come across our feed, and I was like, "Oh, cool. We'll talk about this." And then I haven't really looked over it, but it is one of those Hot Toys collectibles, which of course means it's going to be extremely detailed. And this looks exactly like Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Really
Just
beautiful.
like beautiful realization here. I love her outfit, not only because I like her outfit, but I like how they're realizing it for this figure
even
as
some
well.
of the coloration in her hair is visible in the images. Wow. And as is the case with these level of collectible toys, for lack of a better phrase, you have a variety of hands so that you can have a bit of a dynamic posing. But Bloom coming in. Watched the first 2 episodes of Skele-TON's speech. I know there was so much. It's so much fun. By the way, Bloom, if you haven't checked out Mike Celestino's Easter egg write-ups on Laughing Place, check them out, because there's a lot of little fun nuggets in there, and in a genre of filmmaking that Mike is particularly fond of. So he pulled a lot of I want to say 35 over the 2 episodes, I think, is what he finally ended up with. But back to Mantis. This is Guardians of the Galaxy, like the holiday special.
Yes. Which I love. Like, not only do I love the holiday special, but I like that you have that option with this. And I should point out, I didn't even realize as I'm looking through this is this is a review. Of course, It's right there in the headline, but I'm like, wow, we have so much information and so many details about this. It's like, yes, because these are our actual photos. Eric did the review for us. He's one of our Marvel guys. And yeah, like this is fantastic. I love that he he shows us all the pieces there separately, but then also puts them on Mantis as well to kind of replicate how she looked in the holiday special.
Geo thinking ahead. If you have hands holding hands, I think it's hands touching hands, but I'll give it to you. You can do a Sweet Caroline.
There you go.
Video. So
I'm hearing the song in my head right now. I'm not gonna sing it because it's gonna sound terrible, but
but yeah, Eric shares that this item arrived a little late to him. It's been on shelves for a little while now. So if you want to check out his review of the Mantis figure, be sure to hit the link that Becca will have in the show notes. Bouncing over to the world of Star Wars, which, you know, we were doing that a little bit thanks to Bloom's enjoyment of Skeleton Crew, which, by the way, I also loved it. Watched the first 2 episodes. I loved it. I call it an homage to all the 80s entertainment that my peers were watching that I wasn't watching. I've never seen Goonies. I saw E.T. as an adult. Even though I was a child of the 80s, I just, you know, it was something I didn't get caught up in those. Kyle coming in. If he got the lyrics right, that would have been so good. So good. So good. Okay. Back to Star Wars. We've got some Hasbro reveals.
yes, so this was from last week as part of week 3 of Gift to the Galaxy, and there's more for this week, but I thought it would be good to take a look at these. These are new, as Rebecca said, Hasbro. So this is from the Black series, which is the 6-inch scale action figures, and then we've got some cool photos. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi and a 212th clone trooper. I think that's how you say it.
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
I'm good to go with it.
Like these are very cool. And we've reviewed and talked about the various Hasbro products, the Star Wars and their Marvel line as well. And like this is a great collectible piece, but also something that you can play with, or like you don't have to be precious with these the way you might want to be with some other collectibles.
The 80s were great to grow up in. They were amazing. I have been reading so many people lately writing about how amazingly lucky those of us who grew up in the 80s were to have grown up in the 80s, and all of the bizarre and wild aspects of growing up in that specific era that didn't happen to other generations, other decades. So the 80s is something special. It's exciting to have it represented in the world of Star Wars. So it's a bizarre. It took me a moment to kind of settle into it because it felt so familiar. The setting felt so familiar. The kids felt so relatable. But yet it's Star Wars, and it's like, okay, I don't know. There were little things that it was just. I don't get me wrong, I loved it, but it was just every once in a while I just was catching myself going, yeah, I'm actually watching Star Wars. But okay, I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so it's just just a different feel, and I love it for that. Mike, so excited over this new Star Wars. He purchased the vehicle that is featured in the story. It's called the Onyx Cinder, which I think is a super cool name. It comes with the cast as minifigs, including adorable Neil. And one of the things that Mike is Mike about when it comes to this is that the scale, he wishes that it was a little larger given the minifigs. He likes his vehicles to be well scaled to the minifig characters. I don't know where he would have put it in his home if they had done so, because he's quickly running out of space for all of his Star Wars items. If you didn't catch him talking to Doobie and Kyle this morning on the morning show, jump into the live tab on the channel here and check out the morning report that they did. So Mike stopped by to chat. Spoiler free. They stayed spoiler free. just kind of sharing how the show is grabbing them. I know Mike is in the midst of recording some deeper dives with some of his Star Wars peers, and you'll catch those on Who's the Boss. So yeah, want to be sure we. Mike seems so excited, Becca.
I bet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard so many good things. It's on our list. We will get to it. But yeah, it looks so good.
Finally, Becca has a shopping list. This is where she highlights all the other things on the website that we didn't talk about today.
Yes, I put Hollywood Studios vintage merchandise. It's more nostalgic merchandise than vintage, but sometimes nostalgia is vintage, right? So we've got some cool stuff like the Earful Tower and Gertie the dinosaur over there at Hollywood Studios. If you're over at Downtown Disney in Disneyland, you can take part in Chip and Dale's Ornament Trail. And so we have some pictures from that. On the sidebar on our site today, the item of the day is the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea 70th anniversary pin. It's kind of like a 3D pin. So it's like a limited edition. It was still available as of when we started the show. So you haven't missed out yet. We've got another Hot Toys figure from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This is Captain America himself. So Steve Rogers, as we are familiar with. And yeah, highly detailed, amazingly just designed figure for your collection. Also sticking with the Marvel, we've got Alex has two reviews up of the Blu-ray release for Hawkeye and Loki season 2, the shows that have streamed on Disney Plus. And then we've got some Gift of the Galaxy articles over at Laughing Place. If you're looking for some Star Wars fun for your holiday celebration, there's a lot to check out there. And then the Darth Sidious Legacy lightsaber, which debuted, I believe, for May the 4th, did come back. Was back in stock as of last week, and it's still available. So if you haven't missed out on your chance to add that to your collection. So that's it for the shopping list. But wow, what a week.
As we get ready to wrap up here, I want to remind you all to be sure to follow us on socials. Doing so, you'll find out about items as we do. For example, today while wandering the Magic Kingdom, Jeremiah spotted a new Jungle Cruise shirt that talks about going on for Niles and Niles and Niles. Another fun bit of activity over on our socials is I'm kind of diving into the archives every so often now and sharing. I thought I was going to share that. Hang on, let me try again. And I'm sharing stuff from the archives. So the other day I came across some photos 25 years ago this weekend, Becca. So I want to say it was like November 29th or maybe the 30th of 1999. We were on an incredibly brightly lit Main Street because, as seen here, you can kind of make it out. You can make it out even better when you look at the tweet itself. A helicopter was flying down Main Street throughout the evening to film for those final scenes of Soarin', when you would see the parade stationed there on the street, and then head off into the fireworks. So yeah, I'm beginning to pull some of our archives to share with everyone. 25 years been taking photos. I figure some of them you haven't seen, so I'll pull them back out for everyone.
Those are really, really cool. That's such a neat thing that you got to do. Like, that's amazing.
No, it's fun. I always wonder if they used one where I was visible or not, because it was shooting. I want to say they were doing it from like 9:30 to midnight. And while a good portion of it, we were standing, visible, we saw the helicopter so many times, but there were some times where it's like, come on, we're riding rides. So I don't know, if you actually can see us in the footage, or if they ended up using one of the runs where we were someplace else.
But you can technically tell people that you're in the Soarin' attraction.
Oh yeah.
Just like my parents were like, oh yeah, we tell people we're in an R-rated movie because they were in the crowd shots. Maybe not for Major League. So
there you go.
So they're like, like, yeah, they were at a baseball game in Cleveland, and I guess they were doing some crowd shots
That's cool.
for the film. Probably can't see them. Don't even know if they, like you're saying, you're not sure if
Exactly.
if they use the footage that you're in, but
lots of fun. Tonight we have trivia games here, so you can stop by at 7:30 Eastern time, no, Pacific time, and enjoy some head-to-head trivia battle. The theme, apparently, the title is Deadpool. I suspect that doesn't mean what you think it means, but
that's what I'm thinking too, because that's not Deadpool's not camel cased.
So yeah, that's not typically. So I don't know. We'll see. Stop by, find out what does Doobie mean when he labels it Deadpool. Well, I will actually not be here next week, so it'll be up to Becca to have a substitute or host it or put it off. So we shall see. Stick around and find out if there is a fill-in while I am away. So thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you all very soon.